presence here today is a testimony of our nation's intergenerational support and lasting commitment to the Kashmir cause. We want good relations with our neighbors, including India. However, good relations can only be achieved through dispute resolution and not through dispute denialism. Durable peace in South Asia remains contingent upon the settlement of the Jammu and Kashmir dispute. Despite our consistent advocacy for constructive engagement and result-oriented dialogue to resolve all outstanding issues, including the core issue of Jammu and Kashmir, India unabatedly remains hostile. Its regressive actions have in fact further vitiated the environment, and the onus, therefore, remains on India to take the necessary steps to create an enabling environment conducive for a meaningful and result-oriented dialogue. During my recent visit to Goa to attend the SCO meeting, I repeatedly said that India would have to revert to the situation on the 4th of August 2019 to work out a way forward. Mr. Speaker, India has also been trying to use the terrorism bogeyman to mask the indigenous Kashmiri struggle for their legitimate rights to self-determination. It uses the same bogey to blame Pakistan and justify its brutal repression of the Kashmiri people. This is a complete travesty of justice. There is a clear distinction between terrorism and a people's genuine quest for freedom. Terrorism cannot be and should not be used as an excuse to deny the Kashmiri people their fundamental rights and their fundamental freedoms. Mr. Speaker, I also want to emphasize that the belligerent Indian statements about Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan should be raising alarm bells across the world. These are not isolated statements. They epitomize a political party that nurtures and hones fascist majoritarianism and religious jingoism. If 1 billion people are economically and politically incentivized into hate-mongering, the results can be disastrous. We could be sleepwalking towards South Asia's Armageddon. Notwithstanding India's military and political rhetoric, Pakistan has exercised maximum restraint. Pakistan does not want another conflict. However, it has the will and capacity to respond forcefully and effectively and defend resolutely against any act of aggression. Janabe Speaker, jitna chai peena chahte hain, hum unko pila sakte hain. Hum apna watan difa karna jante hain. Janabe Speaker, justice delayed is justice denied. I appeal to all men and women of conscience across the world to urge the occupying forces of India to 1. Rescind its unilateral and illegal actions of the 5th of August 2019 and the subsequent steps. 2. Implement fully the relevant UN Security Council resolutions and allow the Kashmiri people to freely exercise their right to self-determination through a UN-supervised plebiscite. 3. To provide solemn assurances that it will not change the occupied territory's demographic composition and not allow non-Kashmiris to acquire property or residency in Jammu and Kashmir. 4. To halt its human rights violations in occupied Jammu and Kashmir. 5. To repeal its draconian emergency laws, withdraw its heavy military presence from Kashmiri cities, towns, and villages. And 6. To provide unhindered access to UN, OHCHR, OIC, and human rights organizations and international media to investigate, report on the situation in occupied Kashmir. Mr. Speaker, I salute the courage of the Kashmiri people and I pay tribute, rich tribute, to the martyrs. I offer my sincere sympathies to the population living close to the line of control, who have suffered enormously. I assure the Kashmiri people of Pakistan's unstinted moral, diplomatic, and political support. We have stood by them for decades, and I assure you that we will stand for as long as it takes our Kashmiri brethren to achieve their legitimate rights. We wish to see a day where people across the line of control enjoy the same rights and freedoms as are being enjoyed by the rest of the world. I thank you for affording me this opportunity to speak. May peace be with you. Thank you. Aap sabka bahut bahut shukriya.
रूफ मास्टर, जो छतों की हीट और वाटरप्रूफिंग के लिए